Okay.
हेलो एवरीवन, कैसे हैं आप लोग। एक बार फिर हाजिर हूँ नई वीडियो के साथ। आए स्टार्ट करते हैं।
This creepy and mysterious video is old, and its origin is unknown. It was recorded by a surveillance camera at night on a street in Brazil. In the footage, a woman is seen riding a bicycle, and suddenly something frightening happens that is difficult to explain. Now, just a quick note for YouTube content guidelines here. No one was injured in this footage. The woman fell behind the pole after the bicycle was pulled several meters upward, then dropped. When replaying the video, it can be noticed that the bicycle appears as if an invisible rope or an unseen force pulled it to the sky. If you have a logical explanation for what happened, share it with us in the comments. A man named Isaac went with his girlfriend to his aunt's house, who was traveling, in order to look after the place and take care of her dog for a few weeks. The house was very old and filled with antiques, but at night, Isaac began hearing strange noises coming from the basement.
Alright, so this is like really crazy. Good sound. What's going on?
At first, Isaac thought it was just the sound of old wood creaking due to humidity. He also noticed that his aunt had placed surveillance cameras in every corner of the house for some reason.
Aunt is overseas for the week, and she asked me and my girlfriend to come and there's a camera. She's watching us right now. Hey, Auntie.
The following night, while Isaac was outside and his girlfriend was alone in the house, something terrifying suddenly happened. She heard loud banging and noise, so she went to check, but found nothing. After that, the door started moving on its own in a terrifying way. Not only that, but days later, Isaac noticed that a broom in the basement would always fall on its own at night while he was asleep. So, that night, he decided to wait patiently for the broom to fall again, when all of a sudden this happens.
पर एक फीमेल है, उसका घर भी बहुत पुराना है। इसके बेसमेंट में कुछ ऐसी अजीब-ओ-गरीब आवाज़ें आ रही हैं। आप ही देखिए क्या हो रहा है।
Once again, the broom fell. Isaac immediately went to check, but found no explanation. Then he remembered there was a security camera in the living room where the broom kept falling. So he tells his aunt to send him all the recordings, even older ones. He started reviewing all the footage and doesn't notice anything weird until he reached this clip where he saw something that completely terrified him. Isaac and his girlfriend were extremely terrified when they saw the recording. The broom falling on its own was already scary, but even more terrifying was the appearance of a black figure on the opposite side, resembling a small boy. After the broom fell, it slowly began to fade until it disappeared. Days later, Isaac posted a video saying that he had found something that seemed to be related to the scary things happening inside the house.
Alright, so we found something that might explain what happened last night. These tiles are of 2 children that lived here at some point. It's memorialized, yeah. They memorialized him by putting him on a tile on this fireplace, and I swear this is the kid that I saw.
Some believe that the house is haunted by the spirit of the 2 boys who used to live there years ago, while others think the old house itself is haunted and has nothing to do with the 2 boys. In the end, the final judgment is up to you. Share your explanations in the comments. A woman named Jennifer lived with her father and her elderly mother, who was suffering from a serious illness, and she was taking care of her. Sadly, her mother passed away on March 23rd, 2025. A few days before her death, a surveillance camera in her room captured something strange in the middle of the night.
Okay.
At midnight, a quiet little female voice seems to whisper, "Come," and the old woman raised her hands and responds, "Okay." A second time, a clear voice of a girl was heard saying, "Mama."
Okay.
Jennifer believes that this is the voice of her sister, who had passed away in 2017. She believes that her sister is there to calling her mother to join her to the other side. What is strange is that her mother passed away only a few days later. Was it just a coincidence, or is there some connection between the voice and her mother's death?
Okay.
Security cameras inside a cafe captured something mysterious that no one has been able to explain. This cafe is old, built in 1924 in Texas. It used to be a pharmacy owned by a doctor who had a dog that followed him everywhere. The dog spent most of its time in the pharmacy. Over the years, when the pharmacy was turned into a cafe, everyone who worked there said they felt as if the dog was somehow still present inside the cafe. Here are some of the surveillance camera recordings. Security cameras recorded many employees and visitors getting nipped at the ankles or even scratched by something that they can't see. What's even stranger and more terrifying is that some cafe staff, especially in the kitchen, claimed they had seen multiple times a semi-transparent figure that looked like a small dog. So far, no logical explanation has been found for this phenomenon. However, a theory has spread suggesting that the spirit of the doctor's dog is somehow still hanging around the cafe. We'd love to hear your explanations in the comments. Late one night, a woman named Heather was sitting with her husband and her 2 sons outside on her front porch, eating ice cream. But then, Heather saw something that completely terrified her.
There's like little mosquitoes.
Kind of going on. What? What did you say? What did you say, Mommy? I can't hear you.
You gotta keep that open so you get all musty.
Can't tell me it's not good.
यहाँ पर एक फीमेल है अपने हस्बैंड के साथ और अपने 2 बच्चों के साथ आइसक्रीम खाने आती है.
Heather whispers, "She scares me," to her husband and children, but they have no idea what she's talking about. Heather was the only one who saw a semi-transparent woman passing in front of the house. Heather says that the woman dressed in white looked like a lady dressed like a nurse from the 1950s, and her face was terrifying. Heather felt even more afraid because she couldn't understand why no one else was able to see that woman. But things became even weirder because Heather lives near an abandoned mental hospital that is said to be haunted.
So a little backstory, I live about a mile from where Byberry State Hospital used to be. This is one of the, I'm pretty sure, the most notorious mental hospital in the country. A lot of abuse went on there. There was lobotomies performed on patients. There was experiments performed on patients. A lot of them lost their lives because they were just treated so horribly. The conditions that hospital was in was so inhumane, and no human should have ever had to go through what these patients went through. And these people just needed help. It's just very sad. Now, when I was a kid growing up, we used to definitely go in there, and it was really scary. Like, the second you walk on the grounds, you just feel like it's cold, it's not normal, it feels weird. Like, you can tell somebody's watching you. There's underground tunnels underneath, so we used to run around them too, and they used to use those tunnels to transport bodies. I felt my arm grabbed in there once, and I moved my flashlight because I thought it was my friend, and my friend was like over there.
But this story gets even weirder still. Heather's dad lived in the same house as a boy. When Heather shows her dad the creepy footage, he told her that a nurse named Linda had lived in the house next door in the 1950s and had died under mysterious circumstances. She had worked in the same abandoned mental hospital. What's even more terrifying is that he said the semi-transparent woman that appeared in the recording looked exactly like Nurse Linda. So, how do you explain what appeared?
आज के लिए इतना ही. इंशाल्लाह नेक्स्ट वीडियो में फिर मिलेंगे. तब तक के लिए अल्लाह हाफिज़.